Hello, hello. Welcome back to another season of Launch Code Footballs. I'm your new co-host Daniel, and with me, like usual, since day one, is Chelsea.
Hey guys, welcome back.
We're in for a fun season, and well, it's July right now, so we're not haven't even hit preseason yet. It's been crazy off season for my Steelers. Chelsea's Colts have no, they're still in the Anthony Richardson Ferris wheel. So until the season kicks off, we're gonna have a few little fun preseason episodes to get everyone back accustomed to launch codes.
Yes, sir.
And nothing's better than a good old throwback Thursday episode. So thank you, newarena.com, for this list of the history of pro football logos, both NFC and AFC. And all I can say is just going to do a quick skim for these logos that we had a lot more creativity back in the day, but we'll
That's
let you
true.
we'll let you guys be a judge of that. And so first we'll be going through the 15 of the 16 NFC teams. You kind of have idea which one we're not choosing to focus on, but that's another discussion. And,
Yep,
and the first team we start off, ABC, well, I'm not sure if it's an ABC or not, but the Arizona Cardinals, which used to be the St. Louis Cardinals, but stuff happens.
yep. It's kind of funny because they had the St. Louis Cardinals of baseball as well. So they were really just keyed in on the Cardinals in Missouri.
Oh yeah. And you can always tell from the 62 to 69 team had the arch in St. Louis, and I don't know what happened in the 60s, but the Cardinal they just decided to have a Jack Cardinal
I'm
as
kind of into it. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of just crazy enough to make me like it.
like the other Cardinals. I think that it's crazy enough that it works, but because the other Cardinals we're used to this, you're seeing the head and the logo, like the kind of the angry bird. I kind of like Jack Cardinal. Jack Cardinal is fun. Jack Cardinal is actually dangerous.
I can get behind Jacked Cardinal. He looks cool. He needs a name. I guess Jack would be appropriate.
So if you have to pick one logo, which would it be, Chels?
Definitely jacked cardinal from 1962 to 1969 with the arch and the body of a man and the arms of a man, but the head of a cardinal. And he doesn't really appear to have eyes either. So that's an interesting extra detail.
I think I'm with you. I like Jack Cardinal. You probably have to go with the 60 to 61 because they're not in St. Louis anymore, so the arch doesn't make sense. But
That's true. That's true.
I'm down with Jack Cardinal. So we both
Jack Cardinal, strong start for throwback logos. I honestly didn't even know that existed. That is amazing.
and now speaking of baseball teams, well, formerly baseball teams, we go to the New York Football Giants, which obviously when the Giants went to San Francisco for the baseball team, before they went to San Francisco, you had to specify the baseball Giants and the football Giants, but the Giants logo again, I like the idea of the New York Football Giants back in the day, but I kind of like the idea of the guy just throwing the football. That's kind of a cool old school retro logo, but I'm just so used to the traditional Giants from like the 80s and 90s and just the NY that I might just be too attached to that to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think the 2000 through present logo is kind of undefeated. I don't mind the Giants spelled out between 1976 and 1999. But the classic navy lettering with the red outline, I mean, you just can't go wrong with that. I'm gonna have to go with the classic, though I kind of dig what they were trying to do in like the 1950s. I just think they needed a little bit more creative vision. You know what I mean?
I feel the blue started to pop after they lost the guy throwing the football. That's when the blue really started to pop.
Yes. Yeah, that's when they really chose a color and decided to stick by it.
Yeah, so I'm good with 69 with the last two. But
Yeah.
and now we go to you want
Wow, lots of options here. No,
cat
just
one or
kidding.
cat
Not
two?
really. Yeah. I am going to go with cat 2 because I like the shading better and the eyes and the whiskers are blue, which I like better than them being white. Not that we had many options, but I'm going to go with cat 2.
Well, this is our first major disagreement. I actually really like cat one. I like the idea of
Really?
the darker cat, the white whiskers that stand out. Also, I feel like there's just more detail in the teeth, I've noticed. It's like the teeth in the cat two,
That's true.
the
That's true.
detail Cat 2 looks like Dracula. It's like Dracula teeth, like you put in little kids' fangs. Cat 1 looks like a panther that would actually bite you.
Yeah, that's true. And I do like that the blue line goes underneath the outline of the cat, whereas it gets cut off for the second one. But I'm still gonna have to go with the second cat. I don't know. I like his whiskers better. I'm
Hmm.
biased, I guess. I like blue.
Yeah, you notice here the older they go back in time, there's more detail. I feel Cat 1 has more detail, but again, it's the same thing,
Yeah.
just slightly different shading.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and next one on the list, slightly more variety. Just
Not much, but
we'll take what we can get, and it's the Falcons. And I don't even think this is a question. The red makes this. It's the 2003 onwards. The red really makes this
for sure.
Falcon. I mean, like
Yeah, the 1966 to 89, it just kind of looks like imagine if that were flying at you. I would be afraid. And then the slightly improved version in 1990 is essentially the same thing just with an outline. And then they must have hired like a new creative director or something because the one in 2005 looks so different from the other ones. The red just makes it. The intricate skinny red triangles in the frame of the bird. It's just classic. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that.
I like how I talked about just before that. Why is this list already contradicting me? Before I thought so much more detail back in the day. Like now, it's like there's barely any detail. It progressed in a good way. Like there's more detail in today's Falcon. Like look at just the faces. Like the new Falcon actually looks like a dangerous bird. The first one looks like a sketch from like well, a sketch from the 60s, obviously, but it looks like one of those old spy versus spy cartoons.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of strikes me as like there was an art project in a seventh grade classroom, and they were like, okay, guys, draw a falcon in
If
1966. And they were like, here you go.
if I could draw this, it can't be a good logo. I'll say this.
I think I could draw this, and I'm terrible at art. So that's a pretty low standard.
Yeah, so we go with the modern one. And now, finally, some more variety. We got the LA Rams, the St. Louis Rams, and then the LA Rams again. Um, my nostalgia might be hitting. I like the designs of the old Rams logo, but I think it might be a little too realistic in my view. It very much looks like an actual Ram, but my nostalgia might be hitting me. I love the 2000s Ram. I love that just that Kurt Warner Toy Hold Greatest Show on Turf 2000 to 2016 Ram.
That one's my favorite too, with the tan and white highlights against the navy background. It just, like you said, brings to mind the great teams of the early 2000s that the Rams had. So I'm gonna go with that too. That one's my favorite.
I get what they're kind of trying to do with Arch when they first moved to St. Louis, like probably add the Arch to make it more familiar, but like yeah, it's just an Arch with the name of the team. And
Right.
and I don't know why they removed the coloring in 2017. The gold, yellow goldish coloring in the on the horns and the outline. To me, that's like one of the best parts of the design. Now it would you add a third color instead of blue and white.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind the blue and white. I just think that the gold really ties it all together.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, look at the variety here.
Okay, the Panthers have an excuse of having two logos. This has no
The
excuse.
Panthers too is better than this.
You say like a two-star movie isn't exactly a good movie, but I
That
guess
is a low standard. It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's a blue star in the 60s or a blue star with a white line on the inside of it and then a blue outline.
I want this has as many logos as Dak has playoff runs. Um,
Oh no.
someone like most America would like that joke. I guess you'll go
I'm
with
not saying I don't like it, but oh no.
I guess you'll go with the second one because I guess the outline helps, and the other one's literally just again. If I can draw this, if me and Chelsea can draw your logo, you can't have it's not a good logo. That's
That's
just
true.
that's a new rule. That's a new rule on launch codes. If we can draw your logo, it's not a good logo.
Now I will say, as easily as I could draw a star, in defense of the star, it is classic. Like this is just like peak Dallas Cowboys America right here.
Yeah, like I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Yeah,
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
it is what it is.
And now we go to the Motor City. We go to the Lions, and the first one is very unique. It's just so different from. It's like it's not even the same color scheme.
No, it's not.
I It's interesting. I'm not sure if I love it or hate it, but it's very interesting. And the one after that is just terrible. I don't know what 61 to 69 is doing. That's
Like I said, they took a seventh grade classroom and were like, okay, guys, we're in competition for the new logo of the Lions. Give me your best shot. And someone was like, here you go, teach. And they were like, that's a winner.
it like the first line is so strong and even though it's being tamed, but the first line just looks so strong. The second line looks like that old like chalk zone back in the day, back in Nickelodeon back in the early 2000s, like a chalk zone drawing. So if I have to pick,
Right.
and then afterwards, it's just the same design, the same classic line designs in different shades of blue. So I, it probably oh 09 to 16, maybe, I guess. It's the same design. I like the fact they added eyes to it. I think it's important to add eyes and actual like teeth for the lion.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I like the 2009 through 2016, kind of the darker shade of blue with the white outlines and the white detailing. This evokes memories of very, very bad Lions teams, which is just, you can't. I mean,
The fact that
classic.
the fact this franchise had their two greatest players quit on them it tells you everything you need to know. But we can't talk bad about the Lions. Now the Lions are actually a really good team now. It took them a
I'm
while.
not gonna lie. I'm 27, right? The Lions have been bad pretty much my entire life outside of like the last 3 years. Okay. So I'm an AFC girl. So, I cheer for the Panthers because I live in North Carolina. My husband is a Panthers fan, but I'm a Colts fan. But if I had to pick another team to be a fan of that is not the Panthers, I would pick the Lions. They've just been so bad my whole life, and now they're not bad, and it really just brings me joy. Honestly, I think if the Lions won a Super Bowl, I would buy a Lions shirt just because what are the odds? Like, when is this ever going to happen again? They're just so easy to like.
You and you're big cats. You love the Panthers and you also want the Lions. I, I guess you're a
Yeah,
trade.
that's true.
Yes. And okay, we get now to the original franchise, the Green Bay Packers. It's you can tell this is the original franchise because the first logo is literally just like a postage stamp. It says 1921 football. I can't even tell what 56 to 61. It's just a football with a guy silhouetted. Actually, that's kind of hard.
I don't know. They kind of look like to me. That was my first thought. It's probably not accurate though.
It's a football. It's
Oh, is it a field goal post?
the 51 to 55 is like I have no idea what I'm looking at. Like
I think it's a field goal post. I think it's supposed to be a field goal post.
I guess, but it's kind of gets cut off. All I know is that I actually kind of like the 56 to 61 because you have the silhouette up in front of and behind the football play is the map of Wisconsin, which I think is somewhat clever.
With
Um,
Green Bay marked appropriately.
I think in terms of cleverness, that probably is the best one. It's hard to go against the traditional logo since 1980, the classic green G with the green, yellow, and white. But in terms of creativity, I really like the creativity of 56 to 61. That's a very big nod to just that whole area for football.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the creativity of that one. That one definitely stands out the most. But I can't go against the classic 1980 through present, the white G with the green background and the gold outline. I mean, that just screams Packers to me. I can't go against that. Though I really do like the ingenuity of the 1956 to 61 logo. It's very unique for sure. I think probably the most unique and well done old logo we've seen so far.
Yeah, that one when that we had to bring that up. That one's actually kind of cool. And now to Nolans, which is basically the same traditional New Orleans design in different shades of color.
Yeah,
I
I'm not really sure what the difference between 2012 to 16 and 2017 to present is. Perhaps a slight change in the tone of the color, but it looks almost the same.
it's like it's getting lighter each time because the original was black. The
Hmm.
2000 2001 is like kind of a darker gold. 2002 to 2011 is like a less bright a brighter gold. And it's like they're just tearing down like the contrast and the color each every 10 15 years. I don't know why. I like the first two. The first two, the black one and then the dark gold one are probably my two favorites, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the black one as well. I mean, I don't know if this is a throwback helmet now or if they've done it in the past, but haven't they done a gold helmet with the black outline on it like relatively recently? I can't remember when it was, but I'm pretty sure that was a helmet at one point, I
I'm pretty
think.
sure they've done something like that with the throwbacks the past few years, but I feel like because
Yeah,
I went to New Orleans for Christmas. Little side story, I went to New Orleans for Christmas a couple years back. Wasn't the best time. It was the coldest Christmas in New Orleans since 1980, so that wasn't fun. Uh,
nice.
that no, I didn't bring a coat. I had to run to Walmart. I mean, my dad went to a Walmart because like we're freezing. It's 30 degrees. No one's outside playing music. But
Oh no.
I feel like I've seen a lot more of the first two around New Orleans than I've seen like the last three. I think people miss the color in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
so
I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you saw that the Saints released their throwback helmets today. I don't know if you saw that post. Dude, they look awesome.
if only the team wasn't cap like just destroyed by the salary
I
cap.
know. I know it's like a white background with like black specks. Like it's kind of giving Oreo, which I really like. And then like you have the detailing of the other colors. They're pretty fire. If they had a good team, they'd look really good while they were winning. Instead, they'll just look really good while they're losing.
It was you look amazing and you got the top five pick. And
Yeah,
next
congratulations.
we go with the Super Bowl champions themselves. We go to Philadelphia the Eagles and I don't know why they got rid of the full eagle bud because that full eagle bud looks really cool. Honestly, I'm digging the full eagle bud. I'm not well, they've always had an eagle except for in 73 to 60 to 86. They just had the helmet, which don't do like certain teams can do
Seems a
helmet.
little bit redundant to put a logo of a helmet on your helmet, but what do I know?
I like the 87 and 95. I like that eagle. Just like I know the classic one. The classic one was made in 96 years I was born, and that's one that's always going to stand out. But I really like the idea of having the full bud with the green in the bud because green is a big part of a lot of Eagles uniforms. I do. I thought this would have been an easy for modern day, but I really like the 87 to 95.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go with the classic 1996 through present. I like that one the best. However, I will say my favorite jersey is the Kelly Green, which is what the 1987 through 95 logo is. That's like kind of what the Kelly Green feeds off of. I
Hmm.
really like the Kelly Green helmets and the Kelly Green uniforms, but for the logo itself, I think I'm gonna go with the classic bald eagle head. It's angry. It's gonna eat you, classic.
Can't go wrong with the classics. And now we're going with San Francisco. And I don't know what they were doing in 1970s, in 1946 and 40 to 67. That's not what a 49er was. A 49er is not a cowboy. It's not a cowboy. It's like a guy going out west to look for gold. Why do they have him like shooting pistol
Right.
like he's like Elmer Fudd or yeah, I don't know. That'd be a good cowboy logo if they had the change the color, but this isn't really a 49ers logo.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of goes hard though. Kind of like it compared to the other ones. I mean, it's just a circle with an S and an F in the middle. I mean, I honestly can't even tell the difference between the 1996 and the 2009. So you know what? I'm gonna give the 1940s their respect. They were going through it, man. They had World War II, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna give them their respect. I like the man in the crazy pants with the guns hopping in the air. I don't know why he has guns. I don't know why he's in the air, but I like him.
I feel like if you put it's okay. It's a lot more unique than the other ones. The other ones is just an oval with the San Francisco SF and just different shades of colors and stuff. I just feel like if you make this a black and white picture and you put it on something, I would think it's the Cowboys' old logo. It's a unique design, but that's like having like a Seahawk for the Eagles logo or something. Like that's the wrong bird.
Oh yeah. No, I agree that it would definitely be confusing, but looking at it colorized, I kind of dig it. So I'm gonna go with the crazy man in the crazy pants with the double guns. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's doing it, but I know that I like it.
He's shooting someone for his goal. He's shooting someone for his goal. I'll go with 96 to '08. And back to the limited designs. Seattle. I don't know if there's any difference between 2002 and 2011 and 2012 to present.
The
So
gray section on the 2012 was blue in 2002. That's pretty much the only difference.
they changed, they had the, I'm frugal. I'm not spending who knows how much in team logos, jerseys, all that stuff for one section of color change. Then again, I'm not part of a billion dollar
Yes,
franchise, so
it's like that meme where you have a bunch of people around a table in a boardroom and one guy raises his hand and he's like, hey, what if we keep the logo the same? And the rest of the boardroom throws him out the window because they want to change one part of it from blue to gray and he just wants to keep it blue.
it's like the idea like here's a $5 piece of cheesecake. Here's a $20 piece of cheesecake. Here's a $100 piece of cheesecake, and you just eat them all like this tastes the same.
You're like, I've been bamboozled. I'm actually going to go with the 2002 to 2011 with the navy and the medium blue with the green eye. I kind of dig the double shades of blue more than the navy and the gray.
I'll go same. I'll go same. I do. I think surprisingly that one speck of color to me is the difference. I like the little bit the extra blue design there. So I'll go the same. We don't even know what the heck the set. We're not even looking at the original.
I don't know. It's kind of scary. Let's move on.
And now we go into the Bears. I
The
know
Bears.
another old franchise, and I respect the fact that the originals had like an actual bear, like a full bear, just like one's holding the football, the other one's climbing the football, and then after that they decide just go with the C until the modern interpretation with his '03, 2023 to now. I like I'm sorry, you're the Bears. You should have an actual bear on the logo. So I think because of that, I'll go with the recent one, the most recent one. But I don't know why I just have the C.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Again, respect to the people they were going through in the 1940s. The black bear with the tan outline holding a football looking like he's getting ready to stiff arm someone, that goes hard. I gotta go with that. Imagine that on a helmet today. I would be so intimidated.
I just think that's funny. Honestly, like that's
I don't
it's
know, like the bear is angry. I can't really see his eyes. There's just so much going on.
I was thinking it's just like, oh look. That's I'll say this, that is very much a 1940s logo.
I don't
I
know. He looks like he's getting ready to stiff arm someone in the ground. I like that.
you like okay, you like that more than the climbing the football one?
Yeah, I think it's more intimidating to have a bear stiff arm you than to have a bear climb your football.
Okay, that's fair. And we after the Bears, we go to the much hated rival, the Minnesota Vikings. The Viking,
They all look the same. They literally all look the same, except the last one.
no,
Literally all of
they don't
them.
all look the same. One is pointing to
Or the first one.
one's pointing
I
to the
meant
left, the other's
I
pointing
meant
to
the
the right.
first one. Oh my goodness. This is just yeah.
Is is there even shades of difference really from 66 to like 2012?
It looks like the 1997 and the 2010 and the 2002 are darker, and then the 1966 and the 2013 are lighter.
I think the headband might be slightly darker for again, I don't own $1 billion football team. I don't want to spend the extra money for all this stuff for a slightly darker or slightly lighter headband.
Okay, but what if, hear me out, you spent the money because they turned the Viking from the left to the right?
Okay, that's
I'm just saying.
okay, that's fair, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 2013 one because they all look the same and
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm going with the 97 one just because I like Randy Moss Vikings, so fine. We'll go 97 to 01.
gotcha.
And now for the final one, we go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I forgot the name of the actor who they was inspired. I want to say it was L. Flynn, but I could be wrong. For the original 76 to 96 design, I don't hate the design. The design's it's somewhat iconic, but the idea of just the flag, the 97 to 2013 flag is just with the flag, it's not even a flag handle, it's a sword. So I'm like, no, that's too hard. That's reminds me of Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Gruden, Tony Dungy. Oh yeah, I'm going with 97 to 13.
No, that's true. But come on, the 1976 to 96 pirate has a knife in his mouth, bro. That is hard. I honestly, I'm into that. I think that that's pretty cool. I mean, he has the handlebar mustache going on, the knife in between his teeth.
The
He
hat
just
with
looks peak pirate.
the
The
hat with the
giant
feather.
feather hanging off of his hat at a perpendicular angle. I mean, come on. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, that this looks very much. He looks like the pirate, like the good guys in Pirates of the Caribbean, and the flag is in 97 to 13 is like what the bad guys are flying in Pirates.
Right. Now,
It's
I will say, compared to the 1997 flag to the more recent ones, I do like the detailing of the skull better in the
yeah,
new ones. But I will agree with you, the sword being the handle of the flag, that does go hard. I've always thought that.
yeah. And this, I always remember one of the first Super Bowl I ever watched from start to finish. My dad was a Raiders fan, and they were playing the Buccaneers in February 2003. I said, Dad, you're so ha I'm little 6, 7 year old me like, Dad, you're so excited. He just looked at me like, nah, my Raiders are gonna get beat down. I said, oh, you can't say that. And by the end of the third quarter, it was like 40 to 10 or something. I just looked at my dad like, man, you were right. Your team is
How
good.
did you do that? Wow.
My father's a wizard. Well, these are logos from the past to the present, from the beginning to the end. You go ahead, decide which ones
For
you
the
like the most
NFC.
of the NFC. Yes, thank you, Chelsea, of the NFC. You decide which one you like the best. You can tell we both have very unique tastes. Like we both have very what we were trying to look for a logo. So I like that. I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, until next week when we'll hit the AFC. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Chelsea. Make sure you give us a follow on our social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Launch Codes Football and on Twitter at Launch Codes FB. Have a great day and see you guys next week.
Adios.